battle is raging for the souls of the Haitian people. One side claims the country is in the grip of Satan, that all of its social, political, and economic problems are the result of a blood pact made with the devil. The other side sees the faith that helped liberate their ancestors from the shackles of slavery threatened by outsiders. They are now struggling to simply keep that faith alive. I'm in Haiti to explore the conflict that has gripped this nation between evangelical Christianity and voodoo.
Resa Aslan is an author and scholar.
Resa Aslan is a scholar of religions.
Best-selling author Resa Aslan. As a scholar, as a Muslim, as an American, what is your reaction?
I've been studying the world's religions for 20 years, and now I'm gonna live them. There's an old saying, Haiti is 70% Catholic, 30% Protestant, and 100% voodoo. Chances are when you think about voodoo, your mind is filled with images of zombies and voodoo dolls and demon possession, the stuff of nightmares and horror movies. The essence of voodoo is the melding of the spiritual and material worlds. There are thousands of spirits, or loa, which act as intermediaries between believers and God. They can be worshipped through gifts and offerings, through altars made in their names, through music and through dance. The goal of a voodoo ceremony is to invite a loa to take possession over the body of a priest or a priestess. This is called mounting, and it is the key component to voodoo rituals. Each loa has a unique personality and a specific function.
You're 5? Thank you. Merci. This is Erzuli Dontor. Erzuli is a loa, a spirit. She represents love, passion, even eroticism. This is her in her mother form with her child, Tejan. Does this look familiar to anyone? Voodoo traces itself back 6,000 years all the way to the African continent, but it was brought here on slave ships. And in Haiti, you had African voodooists from all over the continent coming together in one island and then having to mix and match each other's version of voodoo while also adopting the Catholicism of the slave masters. The result is a religion that comes in 1,000 different forms and borrows from everywhere.
When Catholics first encountered voodoo, they absorbed it into Catholicism. They transformed the loa into Catholic saints, which is why the loa Erzuli Dontor looks like the Virgin Mary. Years later, when Protestant missionaries arrived in Haiti, they simply ignored the loa. But things changed after the devastating earthquake of 2010, which left much of the country in ruins. A wave of evangelical missionaries arrived to help rebuild the country, and in the process have converted thousands of voodooists to Christianity. And far from absorbing or ignoring the loa, they take them very seriously. They believe in them. They believe that they exist, that they're real. They just think that they're demons. They believe that anyone mounted by a loa is possessed by the devil. Indeed, they believe the entire country is possessed by the devil. They based that belief on an event that took place one night more than 200 years ago, a night that launched the only successful slave revolution in history, a night that gave birth to the nation.
Haitian history tells of a famous ceremony called the ceremony at Bois Caïman. And apparently enslaved Africans and Creoles came from different plantations. They sacrificed a pig. They took an oath together that they would fight the French. They get possessed by their spirits who then say to them, "We're your backup." 2 weeks later, they start poisoning wells and lighting fires, and the revolution is on. And the white French are freaked because the Africans have this multi-pronged rebellion. By 1804, they liberate the country and declare it independent. They abolish slavery, and they make every Haitian person a free citizen who is eligible to, work the land and be equal.
So in a sense, voodoo becomes this force for liberation.
It was unthinkable to the West, to France, that a non-Christian power could overcome a Christian power.
That conflict is still going on. The idea of this conflict between Christianity and voodoo and what it means for the island.
So the evangelicals think that voodoo is demonic. They looked at the ceremony of Bois Caïman and they said, gathering of people, possession by spirits, i.e. demons, sacrifice of a pig. They say this is a blood pact with Satan. And so that's why Haiti has been in this downward economic spiral and political spiral. Evangelicals surmise that in this founding moment of the nation, the leaders of that ceremony dedicated the nation to Satan.
They succeeded because Satan helped them succeed.
It's part of the devil's work.
Many of Haiti's evangelical missionaries blame this blood pact with the devil for everything that's wrong with the country. Haiti is racked by poverty. Disease is rampant. Corruption is endemic. Unemployment is through the roof. And infant mortality rates are the highest in the Western Hemisphere.
Piti a piti, nous pral marcher pi fond, pour river en côté. A bay bon Dieu une grande invitation pour mettre pied sans lit sous pays d'Haïti.
James Glynn is an evangelical pastor from Illinois who's been coming to Haiti to preach the gospel for years. In 2014, he moved his family here permanently. And while he doesn't have his own congregation, he goes from church to church preaching to Haiti's rapidly growing community of evangelicals. Tell me about that conflict between Christianity and voodoo.
The Protestant evangelical understanding is that the spirits of voodoo are demons. Then their authority comes from Satan. There is good and there is evil. There is right and there is wrong. And they emanate from the spiritual entities that are God and Satan. Satan wants to kill, steal, and destroy humans.
And you think that voodoo has allowed Satan in to take hold of this nation?
Haiti's a little unique in that the nation was given to Satan. It's kind of the opposite what happened with the American slaves. The American slaves somehow got the religion of the slave masters, but they got it right. So what they were doing, meeting in secret and stuff like that, singing and praying and worshiping the Lord and calling upon Him, when their release came, it was a blessing.
But that wasn't the case with
Haiti. They turned to the Loa and said, basically, we give our nation to you if you will deliver us from the French.
Nous ka di, pays a continué descendre. Diable continue prendre l'Église et pays de Haïti. Peut-être nous ka désespoir sur ça et penser qui ça nous ka fait.
Is that what victory in this spiritual battle for the soul of Haiti looks like?
That's how it starts. It can't start any other way. And so...
How does it end?
It ends with the economy of a nation going up, with things that people thought could never happen, happening. God's waiting for the unity, repentance, humility, love of the Christians in this nation to invite him to come and take over.
Prends tout Haïti, bon Dieu. Prends tout Haïti, Jésus. Prends tout Haïti, Saint-Esprit, pour nous qu'à you rêver avec une transformation tout pays en net. Ou avez-vous dans ça?
In Haiti, the evangelical message boils down to this. Haitians never liberated themselves from the bonds of slavery, as history teaches us. They simply replaced one slave master, the white man, for another, the devil. This is Shalom Tabernacle, the largest megachurch in Haiti, with upwards of 50,000 members. Its founder is the charismatic Haitian preacher, Pastor Andre Muscadin. What kind of message did you give to your congregation after the earthquake?
Des messages pour nous connaître quoi les problèmes de la nature. Donc bon Dieu dans celle-là, Haïti trouve une situation très difficile. Donc côté tout le monde vient défendre tête yo et problème ça le sorti dans racine parce que faute ça nous lorsque les ancêtres nous t'a pris indépendance pour pays d'Haïti, ils ont versé sang et le sang a une portée spirituelle.
It sounds as though you're saying that there is a real demonic presence in Haiti.
Yes, parce que quand les gens viennent ici, ils possédent donc des démons. Toute charme raciale, qui tout monté famille, qui tout monté pays, qui tout monté chaque personne, au nom de Jésus de Nazareth.
Almost everyone here converted to Christianity from Voodoo. And in doing so, they left the Loa behind. But they don't believe that the Loa have left them. In fact, they're convinced that the Loa are still battling to possess their bodies, to mount them. And they look to Pastor Muscadin to set them free.
Depuis l'esprit a dérangé et le monde n'a pas moun encore. Et c'est peut-être ça Haïti combat là, son combat spirituel. Qu'est-ce qu'il a? Et maintenant, après des moments de prière, ils ont relâché. Et lorsque on n'a pas possession ça, et lorsque des mots ça ont parlé, parce que pas oublier les esprits, ils ont besoin de corps pour habiter. Et corps ça, ils ont parlé à travers l'homme, qui c'est corps humain, l'esprit, hein, ils parlaient à travers l'homme. Pratique Voodoo et nous saluons, c'est haïtiens pareil nous, c'est frères nous, c'est sœurs nous. Mais nous devons reconnaître tout spirituellement nos mauvaises voies. Bénédiction pour Haïti pendant tout le monde qui dans Voodoo car reconnaître que Voodoo pas qu'à mettre Haïti dehors et mettre en défi. Révoquer tout chien, et puis frapper
Ever since the devastating earthquake that nearly destroyed Haiti, money has been rolling in from evangelical churches abroad, and more Haitians have begun turning their backs on voodoo in favor of the gospel.
What was it about Christianity, particularly the evangelical brand of Christianity, that drew you in?
Le Jésus, c'est même l'homme qui rencontre Jésus, il fait différence entre l'homme qui est dans vaudou et l'homme qui joint Jésus.
Jacques Maurice is an assistant pastor at Shalom Tabernacle. He grew up the son of a voodoo priest and priestess, but abandoned voodoo and disowned his family when he converted to evangelical Christianity at the age of 18.
Entre catholiques et protestants, nous gagnons 60% l'école, c'est où? L'hôpital, c'est même bagage, 60% c'est protestant.
One of the things that voodooists in Haiti will often say is that almost every one of those schools and almost every one of those hospitals was built by foreign Christians, by Christians outside of the country. There aren't a lot of voodooists outside of the country.
Moi-même, moi pas dit que les Européens, Américains, Anglais, les venus au côté, moi pas dit c'est colonisé, ils viennent coloniser. Et moi dis de préférence que même Jésus, pays côté le fait là, pas connaît.
Dis au nom de Jésus, moi révoquer, toute diable raciale, qui commandait sous pays ça, tout qui frappait les oreilles.
In the evangelical imagination, voodoo is a demonic religion that has held Haiti captive ever since its liberation from French colonial control. Of course, that is not how voodooists here understand their religion. To get a different perspective on voodoo, I'm meeting with Jean-Daniel Lafontaine, a voodoo priest, or Ougan. He's invited me to tour his temple, or La Coup.
I always say it's my temple to facilitate things, but a temple doesn't belong to an individual. It's like a church. A church doesn't belong to the Catholic Church, but it doesn't belong to the priest.
Right. Can you explain this pole in the center?
Yes, the center pole is the link between the celestial world and the earth, because we believe that we are connected.
And this is the center of every voodoo temple. This is
the center of everything.
And these designs,
these are called veve. Each veve represents a spirit. What it is, it's a canal for the spirit to come in.
Jean-Daniel's La Coup has separate rooms, each dedicated to a specific Loa or spirit. Each room is decorated to represent the Loa's distinct personality.
There's a saying that I've heard before that says something along the lines of, you go to a Catholic church to talk to God, you go to a voodoo temple to become God.
God is far away out there, but to become a God.
Yeah.
It's not good to say a God because we really believe that there is one single God, but to become a Loa.
So there's one God, and that's the creator God, but he's distant. He's,
very distant.
You know, he's unconcerned with us. And the Loa are how we, in a sense, communicate with that God. The Loa are almost intermediaries between us and God.
You're totally right.
The knocking is to let the spirits know that we're coming.
To let the spirit know that you're coming. Sometimes they're really busy. And if you come unexpectedly, they may be upset at you. And you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that. No.
Yeah. This is the Black Madonna.
And that's Ezuli Donto.
That's Ezuli Donto, yes. Ezuli Donto is a very important spirit in Voodoo religion. And I think it may be the spirit that most people trust, because she is really the image of a mother, of a tough mother. But she is always there. She will never give up on you. This is Ogu. This is really the symbol of war, the symbol of many kingdoms of Africa. And the red spirit, the spirit of the knights, led the war of independence.
For Jean Daniel, the Loa are like friends. There's an intimacy that he shares with them. But there is a dark side to voodoo. Malignant spirits that seek to cause harm to human beings. These spirits even Jean Daniel fears. This room is dedicated to Simbi. It's a room of dark power, of negative energy. In many ways, it contains everything that evangelicals think about and fear when it comes to voodoo. Before we can enter, Jean Daniel must perform an elaborate ceremony to cleanse this energy, to prevent an unwanted mounting.
This room is a reminder of slavery and of the harshness of the life of a slave. This is why you will find things like coffin, elements of our past, and a constant reminder of what we as a nation had to go through to become a nation. And there's an African saying that the Westerners came with their Bible, they taught us how to pray, they told us to close our eyes as we were praying, gave us the Bible, and we prayed really hard, closing our eyes and speaking to God. And when we got up and we opened our eyes, they have stolen all of our lands. We don't believe in heaven and hell. There is no heaven for us, there is no hell. There is only life.
As a voodoo priest, Jean Daniel is a servant of the Loa and the summoner of the spirits. He holds regular ceremonies where his congregation comes together to dance and sing and play the drums, all as an invitation for the Loa to come upon them, to take hold of them, to possess their bodies, to mount them.
Being mounted by a spirit, you're not fully in control of yourself, but it's a great sensation. What are people there? You're not fully aware, but you have a sensation of freedom. I think it's a privilege. I think it's an honor. And I think it's a gift.
Seeing someone mounted by a Loa is strikingly similar to what I saw at the evangelical church. There is one major difference. At the church, they exorcise the spirits out. But here, they invite the spirits in.
We're on our way to Voodoo, a very sacred spot, a waterfall that has had a holy place in Voodoo for centuries here in Haiti. It's a place in which I will begin my initiation into Voodoo so that I may actually immerse myself in this tradition. One that's been, I think, really misunderstood for many, many years by the Western world.
What draws me to voodoo is the belief that there is no division between the physical and the spiritual realms. Christianity says we are bodies now, but that one day we will be spirits. Voodoo says we are both, spirit and body. The dead are as real and as present as the living. There is no boundary between them.
Tata is going to take care of you. You have to cleanse yourself from anything negative that there is, so you can become a new reborn man, all positive.
Water rituals are an essential feature of almost all great religious traditions. Whether it's the Jewish mikveh or Christian baptism, or Hindus bathing in the Ganges, water has the power to purify believers, to cleanse them of their sins, to prepare their souls for ascension into heaven. In Voodoo, water is a sacred element. Bathing in this waterfall makes one worthy of coming before the spirits, of being mounted by them. After my initial cleansing, the priest of the falls allowed me an unexpected honor: to immerse myself fully in the sacred waters of Voodoo.
feeling the weight and the power of that water just pounding on me. I mean, it was a literal cleansing. It was a literal cleansing. And my body is still vibrating from the concussive force. Like
Now that I have been cleansed by the sacred waters of Voodoo, I've been invited to take part in a traditional voodoo ritual by a temple family in the town of Léogâne.
Bonjour, Resa. Hi, Bobo. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Beatrice de Luz is a Mambo or voodoo priestess. She will act as my guide throughout the ceremony.
First, we're going to call on the spirits so we could offer them the sacrifice, the animal to be sacrificed. So the family is waiting for you.
The first action in any voodoo ceremony is the drawing of the veve. Each veve corresponds to a particular loi. They act as a kind of spiritual beacon, inviting the spirit to enter the laku.
So this is opening the gates for the spirit to make sure that they participate.
The hope is that once a spirit finally descends, it will take hold of one of us, though no one really knows who in the room will be mounted.
Now we're charging the veve.
Okay. Once the veves are charged with offerings of alcohol, the gate to the spirit world can be unlocked, and the call to the spirits can begin.
When we're calling the drums, is make sure that everybody that is connected within Voodoo be together to call on the spirits of the ancestors.
They're trying to summon the spirit of Ogo, is a very powerful loi of metal and war. Then we'll present the sacrifices.
Finally, after hours of dancing, chanting, and pleading, Ogu arrives. He mounts one of the priests in the laku, taking control over his body. The possessed priest can only speak in grunts and exhalations.
He wants to salute you.
I need Beatrice to interpret his commands.
He walks with you. He's strong. We have to go and get his offering. Watch out. That's it. Watch out. You're good? Okay, let's walk together. Put a knee down. This is where you will gather your strength. The strength that he says is with you. You take it, because this life will not be given in vain. You need to take the energy from it. Strength. This is for strength. Let the spirit be with you.
Animal sacrifice is very likely the oldest religious ritual in the world, and an important part of many voodoo ceremonies.
He's very happy for the offering and the feast that is provided for him.
The offering is given to the spirits with hopes of obtaining blessings and good health.
giving you its energy. And no life is lost for no reason. It's not senseless. You know, we have to make sure that we honor him. We honor the life that he was. He's going to feed us, but spiritually, its energy is feeding us too. The energy is transferred to you. That life is not lost.
And then, just as suddenly as he arrived, Ogu is gone.
That was an intense experience. The energy in that room, the heat, and the smell of alcohol and blood. My tongue tastes like blood, and it was like trance-like and hypnotic, and it was so energizing, but the energy was different when Ogu was there. It was a frenetic energy. It felt like lightning. It felt like a thunderstorm. And then giving him the sacrifice connected us together. It's definitely one of the most extraordinary experiences of my life.
I was raised Catholic until I was 13 or 14 and started questioning the Bible.
How did you get reconnected with Voodoo? How did that happen?
They got connected to me, I guess.
The Loas found you.
Yeah. And for me, it was really a defining moment because I wanted to come back to Haiti.
I feel like Catholicism in Haiti has come to terms with Voodoo in a way that Protestant Christianity has not.
We're still the devil for them.
You're still the devil
Yes,
for them. You
we're
were still the devil for them, yeah. But
You
Haitians
understand?
are believing it and adopting that message.
True, because it's drilled into their skull. They're giving them food for faith. But I do believe that we need to be respected because I don't go and attack their religion. Just respect the fact that I worship my ancestors. They were free people in Africa, minding their business. Invaders came and took everything from them. The only thing that they brought with them was voodoo. And I believe that their lives and the sacrifice of their lives was not done in vain.
Yeah. There is this very powerful message that is being spread by some of these missionaries, which is if all of Haiti's problems are spiritual and satanic, then the answer is easy, Jesus. And so that'll take care of all of Haiti's problems. And I wonder, what's Voodoo's answer to Haiti's problems?
When we are in a community, we make sure that we take care of one another. We should put more emphasis on that, in my opinion.
Can you be a little
Having
more...
school, we don't have school, as an example.
Yeah, there are no Voodoo schools. How come?
It's not financed by anybody.
Right.
Not by
all
the states.
Yeah, all the Christian schools are, I mean, almost every one of them are financed by outsiders. And so I guess it's hard to find outsiders to finance a Voodoo
Absolutely,
school.
because again, same thing. The Voodoo population is the poorest. If you were Voodooist and not Catholic, nobody gets into school because you had to convert. You had to be Christian to be able to register at a school. So they pushed aside, a big chunk of the population. What I want, what I expect, actually, and what I'm working for is a respect part and that we can sit down together for the community, no matter the faith.
Haiti's got a lot of problems, but I spent a lot of time with Voodooists, in their homes, in their temples, and I did not encounter Satan. What I did find was beauty and compassion, love of nature, and a deep spiritual connection to the land and to the spirits. to the ancestors who liberated this country from the true evil of slavery and who continue to shape its national narrative, even as that narrative is being twisted by outsiders. No matter how many churches or missions are established here, no matter how many pure-hearted missionaries arrive, voodoo will never be eradicated from Haiti. Voodoo is Haiti, and Haiti is voodoo.
I believe as voodoo is my roots, it's also my wings.
I believe in the strong beating heart of my land, Haiti.
Mwen kwen nan peyi m, mwen kwen nan voodoo.
I believe that Jesus is coming back.
I believe that Jesus is our only hope to have a better country and a better world.
Avec voodoo, nou ka fan pil bagay.
I believe the only hope for Haiti is for the Church of Jesus Christ to rise up to be a blessing to all the people of their nation.
I believe in voodoo. I believe in the human beings and the power of gods.
I believe in Jesus every day. In school, God helped me do things.
I believe that voodoo is a religion of nature, the religion of love, and the religion of the future.